Here we go with the installation of the driver's side of the driver's side panel. Now, I laid out the tape already. This is for marking holes. Now, this tape is 1.88 inches wide. It will encompass the area you need for marking. Keep it about 1/4 of an inch away from the inside edge of this first raised section rib of the top, and that you'll be able to cover the holes where needed. Now, first strut I put in after marking is the interior strut, but first we have to find the line for the rear strut, the outside strut, to rest on. So it should follow in line with this straight edge of the main roof. Therefore, we use the yardstick and press it against the edge of the line where the roofs come together, but precisely along the front edge of the main roof, and follows over to that first rib. We have tape in place already. So what you do is you take your marker and mark the tape, and that is where the end of the short strut will sit here, because the other sits here, and they have to be perfectly in line. So that's why this piece of tape is here. Leave that there until you're actually laying the strut in place. It's where you put the strut in order to mark these holes. So this is important. Keep this here, and this is where we'll be marking our holes for the struts themselves. So we do the inside first. We don't need to mark the line here because we're going to use this inside straight edge for our line. Put that aside, and we take the inside strut, the one without the locking mechanism, and we rest it on top. Now, it always follows this interior rib. This is a ridge, and you bring it against that ridge, and you bring this line, the very end of this short 10-inch strut, the very end of it, you bring it right up to that line, right on that line, and then hold that against the rib. See, it's not moving, it's against the rib. Have a pencil handy, hold in place, do not let anything move, and simply scribe the squares with your pencil. Try not to break the lead. These are the holes that your carriage bolts will be dropping into, that will receive the nuts on the interior. So make sure you hold everything in place. Do not move anything while you're doing the holes, because they all have to be in line. So remove the strut, and you have a series of 8 squares. So we are getting ready to drill our holes. I have the drill bit here, and what we can do to find the center of those holes is kind of just draw diagonal lines from corner to corner, straight as you can. And the center is where the lines meet. All right, now we have 4 boxes with our holes indicated in the center. That's where we're to drill. Now, I forgot to mention the awl, which is basically a pointy tool. And what you would like to do is find that center of the square where the lines meet and make a small indent with the sharp end of the awl in the center of each square. And that will ensure that your bit that you're about to use goes down through the center of the holes that we marked. They're going to be a 1/4 inch round hole to receive the bolts. So now that we have done that, I had covered the interior of the seats with blankets so that the fiber that falls down. Now you want to do this slowly and keep your drill straight up. The reason for using the awl, it's a great way to start your bit so it doesn't wander on you. You've drilled your 8 holes. Now for this area, there's no need having the tape. I always start with the inside hole first. The inside strut, I mean, first. And that gets us started on that 1, 2, 3. 3rd rib in just on the inside of it. Now the strut that we set aside is here, and we set it in place with, as you can see, the holes are lining up, and this edge of this strut is directly over the edge of your inside line of this main roof. Okay, now let's try a couple of bolts through to make sure that everything is lined up. And we can use the 5/8. They go through and drop in place, as you can see. And the square, the carriage bolts have a bit of a square on the underside. That is what holds it from spinning, but I do like to weight it down. And as you can see, following that procedure, all of your holes line up perfectly. So we got a good dry fit, and now we're going to put the sealant on and stick the first of 4 assemblies in place. Here too. Now it's time to use the silicone, and what we need to do is encompass on the outside, but not on the outer edge, but between the bolt hole and the outside edge. In the center of that, we need to do a continuous bead all the way around, and then take from here, we're going to connect the two outside lines. So you have not only this entire place sealed off from water, you have these in particular sealed off from water. And you do the same thing here. So what I'm going to do is start here. This is 100% silicone. It's made by Loctite. And just keep in mind you want to do a continuous bead. Now you can stop, but you make sure you start up again where it overlaps so it has a continuous bead. Until it meets again. And then we're going to connect these two lines. And that will ensure that nothing can get under to those holes from the outside. No need in going anywhere beyond these holes here. This sitting on the roof does not need to be waterproofed. Have a little rag around to clean up the tip of your silicone and set that aside. And now for this, we need to pick the hinge up, the whole system. Wipe the area and find your holes and let your system settle itself in, and it goes in nicely and it rests against that inside rib. Okay, now we have 7 actually for this interior strut. This is the driver's side. So this interior strut would be this one here. It takes 3 of the 7-inch bolts. I mean 3/4 inch bolts. So what I like to do to waterproof this area is you put a little bead around the square shank of each bolt, and it has to be continuous. And then take it, drop it in, press it down. Don't bother cleaning that up. We need to let that dry. Easier cleanup. Same thing. Continuous bead. All around the edge. Drop in place. Now, per instruction, this here is your strut you're installing now. So the next black mark, as you can see, is on this side. So that's where your next and last of that strut 3/4 bolt will go. Again, continuous bead of silicone. And it goes on the inside front. Now for that strut, all the rest, there's one here that is 5/8, and the 4 in the back are all 5/8. So these 3/4 inch, they get set aside. Voila. Now that they are all in, make sure your unit is down and against the inside rib, which it is. What I like to do is place something like this and this plywood that I use to make templates, and that is going to require some weight. If you had someone to help you, you could actually eliminate this, but they would have to hold the carriage bolts down. Actually, I like this a little bit better because it's less messy. The wood floats on top of the carriage bolts, and it's actually pressing everything in place nicely. So the rest of attaching this interior strut is done from the inside with the washers and the nuts, which I will show you in a minute.